Hey guys, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. Today is episode 15 of our sporting save on FM21. Before we get into that, just another small apology. I know there's been a little bit of a delay again with the content coming out on the channels. I was once again struck down by illness, brought home by my wonderful daughter who keeps bringing me these little treats back from nursery. That is what it is. I know me and Scott would like to get sort of at least 2 videos out a week each. In the week, and then with the occasional bit of content out of the weekend as well. That's the plan. It might take us a little while to get there, but that is the plan. We'll get to that as soon as we can, so that you've got plenty to enjoy. Anyway, last time out we had a bit of a false dawn, didn't we, for that rut we'd been in. We're going to get straight into it today. It's a double header, so we can really see if we can turn it around. Right guys, it's been a little while, but last time out, if I remember rightly, it was this 1-0 loss to Kings Lynn. Obviously before that we'd had this sort of bad run, and we managed to put a couple of wins together. We beat Alfreton, who were down near the bottom of the league, and St Ives in the trophy as well. The 1-0 loss was on the channel, wasn't it? And it wasn't great. We didn't get battered, obviously, and this is a team that were pre-season favourites to win the league, so it was something to stick with. We tweaked things around. We got a couple of wins. As you can see, it sort of went back to what it was like before this little improved patch. Southport won each. We went 1-0 down after a minute, so off to a really bad start. And we played okay from there on. It was sort of fairly solid, but again we were creating sort of half chances and not really making the best out of them, making a poor decision or a poor final ball. And then when we did make a chance, finishing was poor. Finally got one back just after the hour. Jason Cowley, nice to see him on the score sheet. And actually you'll see his goal tally isn't too bad now. And I thought maybe we could push on for the win, but it wasn't to be. So 1 each it was, but it was better than a loss. I forget where Southport they were doing. They were, yeah, there you go. They're up towards the playoffs, so it wasn't too bad a result. And then crashing back down to earth, just as we thought maybe we were slowly starting to turn a corner. New Year's Day game at home to Boston. They came and battered us really. Again, went 1-0 down early, which had become a little bit of a feature. Got one back before half time. I thought, great, Cowley scored again. Kick on now. And they got 2 quick fire in the second half. Just as we tried to, I didn't go gung-ho or anything, it was too early for that, but just as we tried to open up and change things go a little bit more attacking, and they just killed it off in those 2 minutes. So it was a really poor 2 minutes. Otherwise, again, performance was okay. But I was starting to get worried again, because this run by itself isn't too bad, but after this, it was getting poor. Now, originally, I really wanted to put this one on the channel because it's the big local rivalry. It's the one in game that's listed officially, and in real life, really, the Bromsgrove Kidderminster rivalry is the one. Although we don't play each other very very often, or haven't done in recent years. But because of the form, I just wanted to plough through and crack on. And as it happens, I'm glad that we didn't put it on the channel, because it was 0-0 and it was a bit boring. But we did play okay. You can see some of the ratings and stuff are better. There's a few more 7s in there. And I was really impressed with us defensively. Now, I did change things here from this. The changes we made before, obviously, they worked a little bit. And I've kept it around, I've tweaked it, and it's a tactic we can use. But I did change things here. Much more defensively solid. And to be fair, Kiddy didn't really threaten us too much. I won't say that we should have won it. It was probably a fair result, but we gave as good as we got at very least. So I was really impressed with us defensively, because we've been obviously really, really poor. So then the challenge that left me was, right, we've got a foundation defensively now. We looked a lot better. It wasn't just a one-off because the performance was so assured. How do we get the best of it attacking-wise? So I ploughed on because I wanted to see if these changes would work. And as you can see, we've had a few wins. Spennymoor came to town. Look at these ratings, much better. Most of the players in 7s. Chris Slater, who hadn't scored for a while, got on the score sheet, and it was a 1-0 win, which is sort of what I wanted, because it was a step from this one. So I can see progress. I can see, right, we've shored things up at the back. all these games that we've lost, where even though we've not scored, we've made chances. So I was confident if we could just get the confidence back into the attacking players, we would start scoring. And if we could get the best out of some of the supporting players, we'd create more chances and the goals would come. I was happy with that. But we had to sort it defensively, which we did here, and we ground out a good 1-0 win. Now, we spoke about this draw last time, didn't we? It was a harsh draw. Having Waterlooville, Conference South, so the same level as us, but they were up in first, I think, weren't they, or second, or something like that. Really challenging. And to be fair, we battered them. I know the ratings across the board aren't as good as the previous game, but we didn't need to. Going forward, we were great. Cowley got 2. That really shut the game up. Callaghan got us off to a good start, which it was nice to see a goal from him, because we'd said we're struggling to get much out of him sort of in the final third. His final ball or his finishing's been poor, so it was nice to get him rolling. I think he was man of the match, or at least got the highest rating anyway. They got one back, 51 minutes, but which was disappointing because the performance itself was really good. We were well on top, and then as you see, Cowley got 2 in 5 minutes and just shut up shop. As soon as we got that third, was really pleased. There was no danger of us losing from there the way we were playing. So, and that put us into the next round, which we'll talk about in just a second. And then back to the league, Warrington 3-1. Another sort of comfortable one, but again we did go behind. So again, I thought, we've got a couple of wins here. Is it just sort of, a bit of a cup, not an upset, but is it just a bit of sort of cup fever's got to the lads and they've pulled out a win, and we've ground out a lucky 1-0 win, and it's going to come away again. But no, we cracked on. Great second half. Mulder's got us level early doors in the second half. Callaghan again. So again, him scoring twice in a row really pleased me. Might just start to see the best out of him now. And it was again nice to see Mulders. He's popped up with a couple of important goals. He's got the ability. And then an own goal rounded it off. And again, we never really looked like losing the game from there. It was a shame once they went 1-0 up, because after that we responded so well and we were the better team. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. If you look at the table now, we're back still after that sort of pretty poor patch, pretty torrid patch. We're still there, level on points with the playoffs. So again, this is like pipe dream stuff in a way. At least the board thinks so. So if we can hang around here and maybe sneak in, if we can have a bit of a run of form or avoid anything too atrocious, we can be involved here. There's potential. FA Trophy draw, Halifax Town in the fourth round, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping for a sort of same level sort of team, but they're only in the National League, and they're sitting 14th at the minute, so they're not they're not sat top there, so they can be got at. So we'll have a good go. We've already overachieved in the board's eyes in the cup, so it's just to see if we can get a bit further in that one, have a bit of a run. But of course, the league at the moment is our priority. So yeah, Spennymoor down there, Warrington down there. They're all nothing to shout too hard about, but they're the teams we've got to be beating, I suppose, if we want to hang around here. And holding Kiddie to a draw was good, and yeah, it seems to be that there's a slight turnaround. I'll look at the tactics that we've changed to in just a sec. What we have got is I can't remember how to play the game. Here we go. I think you know about Elliot Day, do you? If not, Elliot Day, we've brought in another centre half. He's pretty much on par with Luke Ward and Keaton Wood, but I think he's got real potential. He's 18 years of age. Heading needs a bit of work, but he's 6'2", 12 marking, 12 tackling, 11 pace, which is decent. So just strength and heading that maybe we can work on. But as I say, he's only 18, so for this level, I think if they can go up a couple, then that'll be good enough. He was originally at Carlisle. Had a couple of decent seasons, to be fair, at Worksop, and he's acting sort of third choice at the moment, just because Ward and Keaton would have got that relationship, but he's got the ability to really push in there. And Ben Woods, similar sort of situation with him. Looks a really good player, I think. 19, 13 first touch, 13 passing, but also 11 tackling as well. Good work rate. Stamina's a little bit lacking to stop him being a real defensive force, but as a sort of ability-wise, and on the ball, another good one, and obviously will develop a bit as well. Originally was at Man United and then Burnley, so decent pedigree to be fair, and that sort of supplements that midfield. It does mean that the likes of Will Shorrock, Nathan Hayward probably struggle for game time because we've got Mulders, we've got Wood in there, so that they might find game time hard to come by. But it's a position I think we needed to improve on in terms of ability on the ball, be able to move the ball quicker, move the ball better under pressure. A couple of minor outgoings. John Black went to Kidderminster Harriers. He's in their under 23s at the moment. Seemed like he was going to be a decent player, but I just couldn't fit him in. Couldn't get the game time, and we're not in a position, are we, where we can really afford to hand too much game time to youngsters and risk it, unfortunately. So, and the same reason that Joel Kidd's gone out to Horndean, not necessarily my decision, but that they wanted game time and I couldn't give it to them, so there's no point keeping them around. And that's it for the transfer news. So this is tactically what we've gone for. I've pulled the wingers back a little bit. I've gone a little bit more central with how we attack. Essentially, I found that obviously when it was working before, we were bombing forward and had better quality than teams. Running into the different channels was all good. I found that Cowley just wasn't in the box enough, and that's what I wanted. So this gives Callaghan and Cachosa a little bit more room to run with the ball. They've got the pace, they've got the dribbling ability, and that's really what they're good at. So so far it's working pretty well, and it gives us that defensive solidity as well. So as you can see, we have turned around our fortunes just a little bit. Now today, as I said, we're going to do. I've waffled on too long already. I wasn't going to want it to get straight into the games, but it's the nature of it. We've got 2 games in sort of 3 days. So we've got a Saturday, Tuesday before this cup game. Darlington and Hitchin Town. Now, if we look at the league, Darlington are right down in 20th and Hitchin are right down in 21st. So I think I'd be disappointed if we got anything less than 6 points, really. Certainly 4 from these 2 games. So we're going to do a quick back-to-back. We're going to fly into the Darlington game, get that done, hopefully get a win and carry that straight into the Hitchin game. And hopefully I'll be in a really good mood at the end of this. Okay, guys, this is what I've gone with. Just the one change from the team that you might have seen pop up just before. Aaron, what's his name? I'm really having a stinker. Adam Hughes has come back in at left back for Horton. That was just Hughes needed a rest. Fitness was struggling. He needed a couple of weeks. I like him purely for the presence from set pieces. He's probably our most dangerous in the opposition box in terms of headers. And I think it's something I forgot to mention. I think it was against Spennymoor, the 1-0. Cowley rested, so we had Wealth to Silver up front. So it was especially a good result because we didn't have our sort of main man up front playing. So right then, guys, here we go. Let's hope we can sort of keep up this. I don't want to say turnaround in form. I don't want to speak too soon, but this sort of little bit of an uplift. Let's see if we can keep it going and turn it into proper form. Cachosa's got forward early and won us a nice early corner. He's a big lad, 6 foot, well into the 6 foot, which is it's useful to have from set pieces. Another big target in there. Not particularly good in the air, but he's just a nuisance, a target to aim for. They've gone 3 at the back. It'll be interesting to see how this 3 works. See if we need to focus on anyone. But Cachosa wins the flick in towards Cowley. Not sure if he got a touch on it. Easy for the keeper in the end, but causing problems. Well done by the defence there, and is late to bring it forward. Callaghan, bit of space now. Shots blocked, and it's another corner. Would like to get a little bit more clinical from set pieces, but I think it's an issue with so Hughes has got on the end of it, and he's okay in the air, but it's an issue obviously with quality. Just at this level, it's obviously difficult to come by from that regard. So we just have to take what we can get. And as he says that, we're bagged from a corner. And I did say before, I'll take some credit. Adam Hughes is in the team not just for his playing ability, but he's also a real threat from set pieces. I don't really like having Luke Ward take them, but he's by far our best corner taker. So, but happy days. Adam Hughes comes back into the team. We'll ignore that with a goal. from a corner, from the set pieces that we were just saying we weren't clinical enough from. But I am right. We have got sort of some decent sized players in the team now. We've got some good height, and those who don't have good height, like Cowley, etc., like that, have got a good leap. They're athletic and they're good movement as well. So if we can get the delivery right, we will cause problems from set pieces. But anyway, 1-0 up, and it's exactly what we wanted. And I mean, we've had pretty much all the play, haven't we? They've just had that header then, but otherwise we've been pretty much camped in their half with all the highlights. Here's Ezwali on the right hand side, goes past his man easily. He's got Kachosa, but he's gone this inside channel. And Ezwali's going all the way, and the keeper sort of picked it up and launched it really quickly. But I think it looked like Ezwali was a bit lost there, didn't he? Here's late out wide, back into Mulders, who's got forward. Crosses well for Cowley. Too much on it, if anything. He just needed a little glance, didn't he? Good football again, though. And that puts us up to 7th at the minute, which is really pleasing after that poor run we've had. It just shows how good the start of the season was, doesn't it? That we're still there or thereabouts, considering we didn't win a game for God knows how long. Throwing on the right side as well to Mulders, and gets it back in acres of space. If he can pick his cross, and it just higher than Cowley. Back from late to Callaghan, who then puts it well wide. And he should have done loads better there. Late and Callaghan both had time, but it looked like neither of them wanted to shoot, and he's blasted it wide. And that is an area, he scored a couple, but it is an area where he needs to get better. That final third, that shooting ability, I don't know what his stat is, I can't remember, but it's not good, at least in practice. But it's a great performance for the first half, guys. Look at this. This is, I know we can only take a certain amount from XG, but it's over 1, and theirs is next to nothing. The goals had to come from a set piece. But there's been chances. Again, we've been a little bit wasteful, so I do want us to improve there. It would be nice to go and get another and then another and not have to worry too much about this game, but we certainly deserve to be in front. Second half starts with them. Hopefully we can get it back. We do with Wood. Read it well and cut it out before it became a problem. Not been too troubled by the front three at the minute. I don't particularly want to pay that sort of three any one of them particular attention, in case it gives the others a little bit of space. It's a great ball by Mulders. Cowley can't quite get there, but Ward again steps up, mops it up, and shuffles it back to Oscar Kelly, who dinks a nice calm ball over to Wood. And we're playing good football here. Cowley gets the flick. No one running on, but late nicks it, shoots, and it just edges wide. I thought we'd pressed them into a mistake there, guys. We're playing well, and again you can see this. All the greens here are sort of at the back. Callaghan's throw, late comes short. Crosses for Cowley. Is that a save? Oh wow! He smashed that, didn't he? Taylor's put it over. Ward with a corner up towards Hughes again. It's cleared this time. Couple of chances now, and you can't even blame poor finishing on some of them. Late was a little bit unlucky, and Cowley's forced a wonder save from their keeper. If I'm him, I'm disappointed at that 6.9. I want a couple of points just for the save. Mulders clear. What can Cowley do? It's a great touch. Goes past one. Gets away from a second a little bit. Needs to be patient. Arriving now. Cuts it back for Mulders, and another great save. Who is this guy? Ward with the corner. Drills one this time and easily away. Keeps it back in though, and is Hughes. Will recycle and start again. Wood over into the channel for Callaghan. Can't keep it in. It's another great save by their keeper, who's kept him in this. We should be clear really. Woods does well, and here's Callaghan. Good pace to get away from his fullback. Cuts it back towards Late. Shuffles his way through. Oh, that's a delightful finish. Lovely little curler into the bottom corner. A bit fortunate with the way he got into the box like that. Callaghan with a great drive and run. Looks like a deflection on the cross as well, but Late sort of tried to play it in by the looks of it, and it's bounced off Cam, but that's a great finish. Kept his composure, and that's what we needed, just a little bit of composure in that final third. The keeper's made some great saves, but we have sort of just blasted him, haven't we? Whereas that, just a little bit of finesse, little curler into the bottom corner, really pleasing. And we've dominated the game, haven't we, guys? I think that's a great ball. Late flick on. Can Cowley get there? Taylor, I mean, he's come and got the ball, but he's given it straight away, and that's a flick from Leighton to... Has he saved it again? No, he's offside. Right, I think we probably need to make some changes now. We've got another game on Tuesday, and I don't think it's not quite working for Kachosa, but it's all been down the left hand side, isn't it, with Callaghan? So I want to keep him on. And to be fair, I think we'll give Keaton Wood a rest because Elliot Day's more than good enough to fill in there, and that'll do. Just a little bit of resting. Fresh legs on. I don't want any mistakes at the back because of tiredness, and you know, as I say, it's not really going down the right hand side. We seem to be getting some joy down the left. I'm not really feeling the need to change anything, guys. I think it's sort of going well, and at 2-0 I'm reluctant to come and try and sit back on that lead until very, very late. You know, I'd still like that third goal. That might come back to bite me, but Day pops it forward, Cowley gambles, and it gets shuffled back to the keeper. And they knock it down well, and actually this is their best bit of play we've seen from that. It's a good ball in behind for Gibbons, and forces a really good save from our own goalkeeper there. He struck it well, and it looked like it sort of hit Kelly rather than anything, but we'll take the save. Got to defend this now. Hughes gets up, and Callaghan's onto it. Now he has got the pace to hit on the break now and beat a man, and he has done there. Come on, Callaghan, come on! Corner. I'll take that this late. Gets us up the pitch, relieves the pressure on the back four, and Ward will put another one in. Had to do a good amount. Hughes gets there as well, just couldn't guide it in at that near post. Now, what else can we do here? Callaghan has had a good game. I think Rashid can replace him for the final minutes. But Callaghan will be involved here first with the throw-in, and late comes, and it's clear. They look like they've changed things a little bit because they're finding some space now in between the defence and midfield. And Hughes' touch gets... They've got a bit lucky because it looks like Hughes touched that into the path of Gibbons, but he's finished it really well. And that puts a game that we've absolutely dominated now in a little bit of doubt. I'm still going to make the change, and I think we need to react a little bit there. I perhaps should have done something before, because we had a little bit of a warning, didn't we, when they started to just find a little bit of space here. I think we need to... I don't want to drop too deep, but I do want to pack this in. I don't think we need to engage quite as high up the pitch, and I don't want that there being too much space in between the midfield and the defence. So let's hope the fresh legs and that does the trick, because we deserve 3 points here. It'd be a real blow to not get it. 5 minutes of added time. Good ball up to Cowley. Hughes into the channel. Cowley lays it off nicely for Late. Has a shot, but Mulders finds it, and here's Cowley on the angle. Offside. He looked offside. Rubbish finish. It's a good job. Into the final minute then. We've got to throw in. Nothing silly here, guys. Rashid to Woods. Can he have a pop here? No, he switches play to Eswele. It's good. It's a good block. Eswele cuts it back for Mulders. He can have a go here. And Taylor again gets up. Mulders looked like he picked his spot. Looked like it was going goal bound into the top corner. Ward will put it in towards Hughes, and the flick's there again, and it's just wide again. We have looked really dangerous. 2-1. I'd have preferred it to have been more comfortable, but I think apart from that little spell where they got the goal, we've dominated that game, haven't we? 21 shots to 4, 9 on target to 2. Their keepers had an absolute stunner. 14 corners to 2. We've battered them. The 2-1 isn't going to show that, but it doesn't matter. The 3 points is all we want. And it's a great performance, to be fair, and I think puts us in good stead. It shows, doesn't it, that the changes we've made, they are working. We look a lot more solid. We've got that sustained pressure back, keeping the ball better, and we look dangerous. Right, guys, great result, and that puts us right back in. Evens our goal difference out as well, which is just nice to see. But right back in 6th, right back in the playoff mix, and we follow that up against a game now, which we're going to get right into, against Hitchin. I think it was Hitchin, wasn't it? And they're down at bottom. So another win here puts us right involved. Right, guys, here we go into the second game. Same side, only one change. Chris Late out, and I'm popping Rashid in that shadow striker role. It's obviously not as effective, but he can do the job. To be fair, it is an area we're a little bit light on. There are 3 or 4 players that can do it there, but not quite proficient in that. And Rashid's the best of them, but Late's just struggling for a little bit of fitness. He has played a lot of games, so I don't want it to become a problem. Based on the previous performances, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we should have enough to take Hitchin and hopefully get another 3 points. Anything like the performance in the game just now, I think we'll have enough to do it. That was really comfortable. So we're gonna go with the same again. I think perhaps last time if we'd reacted a little bit quicker to the changes that they made, we might have been able to avoid that goal. But we got the 3 points, and I'm hoping for another 3 here. It's off to a skippy frame rate start, but it seems to settle down now. They're knocking it around pretty well. Hopefully this turns into just an FM kickoff highlight where nothing really happens. A bit of a bobble, but Ward gets it clear, and yeah, looks like a standard 4-4-2 for them. So they're almost matching us up, which I don't mind. To be fair, I don't mind. I think we've clearly got at least as much in terms of quality. First 8 minutes has belonged to them by the looks of it though. Their early corner, it's a decent header at the near post. It's where we like to aim for with Hughes, but it's not troubled the keeper. Resulting goal kick. Headed back, but Hughes gets it under control, and now it's our turn. Can we create? Here's Callaghan. Right for challenge, looking for a ball inside. Switches the play really well to Kachosa. It just sort of bounces away from him really. Header to no one. And we'll shuffle back and we'll start again. Kelly pings one out to Eswele and we're knocking it around well. Here's Kachosa with a little bit of space to move into. Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening with the frame rate all of a sudden. Wood pops it forward. Cowley's found a little pocket, and here's Rashid. Now Kachosa. Has he got the pace? Not quite, but Eswele's backing him up and gets the cross in towards Cowley, who heads it just wide. Didn't even really need to leap, did he? Sort of guided it and just misjudged it ever so slightly. Didn't look like the keeper was going to get there. So that's the first. That's the first real chance. Glad it's come to us. Reasonably even game, although we've started to take control of possession now after after 20-25 minutes, which we've gotten better at. Still like to hit quickly on the counter, but and it's certainly not like a tick-attacker style, but it's just keeping the ball a little bit more, and it's working well for us. Eswele with a great roll around the back, and Cowley hits the post and taps in the rebound. It's the 11th of the season, so he's not doing too bad, to be fair, for the halfway mark, considering we had a drought at the beginning and had a real rough patch where we didn't score any goals. This is a fantastic ball from Eswele. Beautiful curling ball round the back. Cowley actually with a really good finish inside of the post. Little bit, I suppose, unlucky in the same motion really. And he taps it away to keep up his decent goal scoring form. And we are probably deservedly in front. It's been a bit closer than the last game, but they've not had too much. That's a good header though. Colton's in. Good save. No, just missed it. Didn't save it. Fine, even better. Just want to step up and be a little bit more assertive. Sorry, I was looking at the stats wrong. We're not at home, are we? Actually, they've had more possession. I was just talking rubbish. We have tried to get a bit more possession, but it's going the wrong way. But it doesn't matter because we're in front. Here's Mulders, and there is options on. That's a poor ball though. I think he picked the wrong option there. Good header. Mulders back forward in for Cowley. He's got the pace. Tries the snapshot and it's blocked, but Eswele backs him up and wins the throw in. Can we do anything before half time? Certainly would like to just go in one ahead. And they've got a corner. Oh, come on, boys, see this out. What's going on there? I don't even know what happened there, but it pinballed around and we've got away with it. This has to be better defending, and it is. And Cowley actually comes deep, but nothing happens. We've made it to half time. Bit of a scare. It's not gone as we would have wanted it to, but we've made the better chances when we've gone forward. But the possession isn't great against a team that's right down there at the bottom. No changes from me just yet. I'm reasonably happy. We've got levels that we can up in terms of just performance, rather than any tactical changes. So, but we do need to get better at picking our passes, because I think it's the decision making of the lads that's let us down so far. It's individual performances rather than anything else. I think fitness as well. They're doing a lot better than we are. I think their game was postponed at the weekend when we played the first game, so that could have something to do with it. And we are going to have to make changes a little bit later, I think, to compensate for that. Mulders grabs hold of it, and Lord raking ball to Callaghan if he can get a ball in, and he does. And it's good defending actually to stop Cowley getting to it. And here they come again. We're just letting them they were just letting them get to those balls forward and bring them down or take a touch, and they've not created anything just yet, but something that I need to keep an eye on. It's a really poor ball, but Mulders will pick up the seconds and we'll go again. Eswaley over the top. If Cowley's onside here, he's offside. He did look a little bit offside. Yeah, I think we are starting to struggle for fitness now, and I think 20 minutes left-ish, as you might expect, is where we've started to struggle. What do we do? I think we'll move Rashid out onto the left-hand side where he prefers. Chris Late's fit enough to come and play 20 minutes for us, which only makes us stronger, so I'm happy with that. I think Wealth to Silver as well, because again, Kachosa's not really got himself involved. And I almost think we should push higher. I think we can press them into a mistake. That might come back to bite us, but I don't like sitting back on a 1-0, not with 20 minutes to go. I want that second goal, and I think that negates their ability to pick up the ball just in front of the defence like they are at the moment. If we really push onto them, we seem to be winning the headers, etc. Here's Ward with a free kick. It's off the bar. So close to putting the game to bed. And we really are struggling for fitness now. I mean, obviously, with this 5 subs, it doesn't give you a huge amount of options, but I think I'm going to bring Charlie Horton on at left back. He can do a good job there in the same sort of role as Hughes. I don't want those flanks becoming exposed. And it is getting towards the time where we're going to have to drop deeper, and it gives the centre halves a little bit less sort of sprinting to do by playing up high. But let's see if we can get that second goal. Here's Chris Late into Mulders. Can we drive forward now? Not created enough this second half. That's a poor ball. Didn't have much conviction, but he's recovered it. Eswaley's had a good game into Late, and now De Silva. Bit of space now and options as well. Cuts it through for Chris Late. He slides it. I was going to say it's the bottom corner. It looked like the bottom corner. Wide again, and another wasted chance. And it's a theme, isn't it? All throughout the season, chances like that, we have to score. You can shoot from there if they want to, especially with that sort of quality. Right, I think let's just drop it back just a spot. I don't want to try and sit on it, but here's De Silva. Let's see what happens here. Crosses well. No one really attacking that in a dangerous area. Horton pops it back forward. Late's run deep, and surely Chris Late has missed again. Just want to drop it back now. Keep it compact. I still want to look for the counter attack, but it does. We do have to just. We're going to have to take it on the chin now that we've missed opportunities, and we're going to have to maybe earn a goal from a set piece. Here's Mulders. Drives one, but it's blocked by the first man. He'll pop one forward, but no one's really onto the end of it, and now this is the danger. Shot from range is blocked, but it's back to Alton. Threads one. He must be offside. Yeah, it's a great finish. It's a great finish, but he was well offside. It'd have been fuming if that had been given. It's a little bit of a warning, and this is what we're going to have to expect now. We've surrendered control of the game a little bit, so we're just going to have to try and see this out. We're into the dying seconds, and surely this is it now. Yeah, fine. Not what we wanted, guys. Not very exciting. The first game was much better. Showcased the positives of the change and the turnarounds. But again, it's another clean sheet, and we did miss plenty of chances late. Especially had 2 really good chances that he should have scored at least one of, which puts it 2-3-0, and it's a lot less tense. But saying that, apart from right at the end there, right at the start, right at the end, wasn't it, where they put us under pressure, we controlled things for the most part, and I think at the end there, obviously we brought it on. We were sitting back and we were looking to defend. So I don't like doing that. I think it was a needs must situation. Either way, it's another clean sheet and another win, which I'm hoping keeps us right. Well, of course it will. It'll keep us right up there in the playoffs. But it'd be interesting to see how Kidderminster, etc., got on above us. Because if you told me 5-10 games ago that we'd be up there challenging with them, I was seeing messages in the news feed about 10-game unbeaten runs and all of that, and we're right up there with them. So with that poor run that we had, so Kidderminster have won. We've maintained 6th place, 3-point gap towards to Gloucester before we sort of look to drop out of the playoffs. So if we can just get another few wins under our belt, if we can keep this run going, we can really make sure. I think I would like to think now that at the halfway point of the season, we've sort of got the double the points tally of the teams down here. I'd like to think that this is a non-issue now, and that here mid-table is our worst case scenario. But I think now we've put ourselves in a position to fight for it. Fighting for a playoff spot is, I think is the aim for us now. We'll keep looking for additions. It's not going to be wholesale because money. But if we get players move on, or we see exceptional options to come in, then we'll take it. Anyway, guys, 2 great wins, 2 clean sheet. It wasn't a clean sheet. First one we won 2-1, but lots of clean sheets. Defence is definitely shored up. You can see that. We're still creating chances. We're starting to take some of them. I'd like to get a little bit more ruthless and really put some games away. But we've turned things well around, haven't we? Considering the last couple of episodes. So hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a change in fortunes today. Drop us a like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time.